So, so. Hello, Facebook. Hello, my gorgeous people. I will be waiting a couple of seconds. I hope that everything is okay. If you catch me live, tell me hashtag live. If you are going to then catch me during the replay, give me hashtag replay. So, if you are new to my work, my name is Magdalena Dari, and I am empowerment coach and transformational guide. And I help women who have abandoned themselves in relationships to reclaim their power, to unleash their lioness, and to become irresistible for their partners. Oh, hello, somebody is here. Say hello, tell me where you are from. It will be nice to know. And today's topic is men to avoid when dating. Uh, you know, sometimes it happens, and it is not only rarely. I have noticed, and this is also my experience, that we keep repeating some unhealthy patterns, and by this way, we are attracting the men whom actually we don't want to attract. And I can tell you that I can call myself a sort of expert in attracting not the right partners some time ago. And I used to attract men who were emotionally unavailable, who were stingy, who were unreliable, who are not interested in emotional involvement, who are married, So it was some years ago when I had completely different standards, because standards are extremely important. But maybe you also relate to this, and you attract on your path the men you actually don't want to attract. So if it resonates with you, if you are spinning the wheels, and if you keep meeting the guys who are kind of weird, kind of not ready for any commitment or something, I must, yeah, not ready for any commitment, not ready for any engagement. So I want to invite you to just meet and talk, yes. And I'm offering you the Empowerment Diagnostic call. This is 60 minutes from my time, and this is not a sales call, because the main idea of this call, it is for you and for me to get to know each other. I will give you for sure a perspective that you are not seeing, this different perspective, my personal feedback. And I will tell you what mistake you are making, that you keep attracting these partners. And I will also tell you what shift you need to do in order to really change and break this unhealthy pattern. So today, I'm gonna present to you 5 types. Of course, there is plenty of these types. I've decided to choose a couple of them, 5 today, and in my next live this week also I'm gonna continue this topic. So today I'm gonna talk about emotional manipulators. I'm gonna talk about Mr. Marriage Separated. I'm gonna talk about men who are emotionally unavailable, who are mommy's boys, and men whom I personally call Mr. Pandora's box. Yeah. Uh, so let's start with emotional manipulators. Yeah, very often they feel condescending. They won't pay attention to your needs. Yes, they lie very often, and they don't take any responsibility for their lives. For them, distorting the truth is a common tactic. They will also put the blame on you. If you start communicating with them, they will distort the truth in such a way that they will just want you to make you feel you are the one to be blamed. Yeah. And one more thing, they are unwilling to accept any different point of view apart from their own. What are the tactics? Button pushing, yeah, constant criticism, threats, lies, aggressive behavior, changing the meaning of the words, yeah, intimate abandonment, yeah, sometimes even gaslighting. I will be talking about narcissists next time, yeah, during my next live. They have some here some features in common, but be careful of this constant criticism, threat, lying, distorting the meaning of truth, and you will have the impression that something is wrong with you because they will present the situation in such a way that you are going to land up feeling guilty. Yes. So this was the emotional manipulator. The second type, I call this man marriage separated. Yeah, and of course, there is this moment that some men, before getting divorced, they are in the state of separation. But you know, I would tell you, be careful with these guys, yeah, because quite often, well, some of them are all the time separated with no intention really to get divorced, and some of them, after some love affair with you, they are coming back to their wives. And even I know such cases from my clients, yeah, that they are lying by omission, or they even can promise you something, uh, and I don't want to say that they are doing this on purpose, because in this particular moment they maybe even believe that you are the woman, the most important of their lives, that they want to build some beautiful house with you, and they want to build a family or a long-lasting relationship. But uh, when you start at some point asking questions about dates, about some precise solutions, very often they will withdraw, yeah, and very often they will just come back to their wife, because they will discover that getting out of this relationship will be too emotionally burdening, too complicated, too costly, and so sometimes they just play with you. Um, Even as I said, it doesn't have to be cynical and some kind of manipulative, but they don't have then this courage to take the full responsibility and to finish the process and to start something new. So if you start meeting such men, I think that you should know about this potential risks, and you shouldn't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask open questions, precise questions, because if he is married, separated, you should be reading it like he is married. Yes. So his legal status is that he is not a free man, and maybe you spend great time together, you are getting involved, but you should have it in the back burner and bear in mind that maybe it is just love affair for him. And if it is okay for you, like carpe diem strategy, and you are catching beautiful moments and you don't want anything longer lasting, that's okay. But if you want to have a relationship, or maybe you want to have long lasting relationship, or you want to be married to this guy, so I wouldn't let this situation lasts long, like he's married, separated. Yeah, I know that some women are afraid to ask these questions, precise questions, because they don't want to sound pushy. But on the other hand, it's also not healthy that you are wasting months and sometimes years waiting for the person to get divorced. Because if he treats you with respect and if he honors your needs, and for you it's important to be a priority for this man, he will take some action, even if this action can be complicated and even if it will take the time. People really get divorced. Men get divorced. We are living in the 21st century, and this is not a Middle Ages. Yeah, and even if he has good kids, but if he is planning with you something serious, he cannot be standing with one leg in his marriage and with the second leg with you. Yes. So the third type, Mr. Emotionally Unavailable. Yes. Mm. This is the man that what I can tell you, he will never meet your needs, or almost never. Yeah, he will be unreliable. He will be a kind of elusive. He will be telling you, oh, I need more time, I need to think it over. um, the relationship with him is definitely a roller coaster. And of course, he can be attractive, he can be physically attractive, he can be sexually attractive, but he's afraid of involvement. Yeah, so he will be a kind of showing up and disappearing, showing up and disappearing. And also, if you need something deeper, I mean, if you need some more conversation, some more involvement of this man, I mean, time involvement, emotional involvement, don't count on this, because he's unreliable, he's kind of irresponsible, and he has this vibe like, oh, let's go with the flow. Yeah, it's good as it is. Yeah. It is kind of childish. Yeah, and be just careful with this kind of signs. This is the man. Typical for this man is that he will be hardly available for any communication between your dates. Yeah, he will be sometimes making this last minute cancellation because he has something more important cropping up. And yes, of course it can happen, uh, but I think that you must be just careful with this. Once it can happen, but if this becomes some kind of rule, it just simply means you are not a priority. And this man often, um, yes, this is sad to say, but for him, for emotionally unavailable man, very often you are sexual object. Yes, and he will be contacting you last minute. He will be, of course, very willing to sleep with you. Yes, to use your sexual energy to boost his own energy. But if you need some help, if you need some conversation, he will be rather, as I said, unavailable. And this is emotional roller coaster, and this is really, at some point this becomes painful, because we women, uh, we when we especially get involved emotionally, we don't only want sex. Okay, this is another situation. Emotionally unavailable men can be really good if you just want sex, and there is really nothing wrong with that, because if at some point of your life you just want, to have fun, you just want to use your feminine energy and you need a lover, and you actually don't need a lot of contact with him, because maybe he is great in bed, but you don't have a lot of topics in common, it is perfectly all right. And don't feel guilty that you want just sex. But very often, we women have this tendency that we want something more. We start to be committed. We need this. emotional conversations, and we want to feel that we are becoming important for the other side. The next type, wow, be careful with this mommy's boy. And well, what I see, um, by my friends, by my clients, by generally, this is my, of course, filter, but I see more and more, this type is more and more common. Maybe, maybe, but it's my idea. Uh, Maybe there are more and more single mothers, and they put a lot of attention on this son, and the son becomes becomes some kind of partner, son, lover, whatever, that this dynamics is a little bit distorted. And of course, they are cooking, washing, doing everything for this man, even if this man is 40 or 50 years old. Yeah. And what I believe that mommy's boy, uh, why he will not make a great partner. First of all, his mother is the most ever important woman in his life. Remember this. Remember this. And if you try to compete, I'm gonna tell you, you will lose. Yeah. At some point, you will lose because she's director in this game. She is director in this performance, and you are only an actress, and you will always lose, as I said. And probably what this man is looking for, he is looking for another mother with whom he can just go to bed. So this is like multi action, yes, mother, yes. And he's usually childish, he's usually irresponsible, he's not taught to take this responsibility. Sometimes this kind of guys, even if you need some help with simple really things, they are not taught, they don't know how to do this, because always the mother was the one who arranged everything for them. um, so from my perspective, if you see that, of course, it's a different story if he respects his mother, if he tells good words about her. But if you notice this unhealthy attachment to his mother, be sure that this dynamics is distorted, and be sure that probably sooner or later you are going to lose with the mother. And the last man I called Mr. Pandora's box. Yeah. And this is Mr. Victim, Mr. Lazy, Mr. Broke, Mr. All evils of the world. Why I call him Mr. Pandora's box? Maybe you know this myth, Greek myth, that Prometheus stole the fire, and Zeus, the king of all gods, got furious, pissed off, and he sent Pandora to Prometheus' brother. Pandora opened the jar, and what was in the jar? It was all the evil, all the illnesses, all unhappiness. Of course, she wanted to close the jar immediately, but she didn't manage, and all this evil was spread to the world. Uh, so if I meet or if you meet Mr. Pandora's box, be careful. He's quite easy to be recognized, because he will just want you to fix his life, to fix his problems, and he has always horrible bosses. When he's entrepreneur, all his businesses will go bad. When he is working 9 to 5, he is surrounded with horrible people. All the situations that he's attracting to his life are really bad and negative, and he is sitting in his victimhood. And of course, what is characteristic? Again, he doesn't want to take responsibility for his life. Uh, he doesn't control his life. He's completely powerless. He will need a therapist, a coach, a mother, somebody to rescue him, somebody to take care about him, somebody to give him money, food, care, sexual pleasures, all these. So if you feel like being a rescuer and saver of Mr. Pandora's box, well, welcome, but I think that this dynamic will for sure be unhealthy, and at the end of the day, he will not make a great partner. He can just leave you with the empty account, maybe with broken heart, also if you fall in love, but you will be his mother, lover, and everybody. And he just needs you to fix his life because he doesn't have any intention to do it. Yeah. So, just summing up, what are these types that I have told you about today? Emotional manipulator, Mr. Married Separated, Mr. Emotionally Unavailable, Mommy's Boy, and Mr. Pandora's Box. So, again, if you feel that you've come across some of these types, or you just keep meeting the wrong man um, that you don't like, and it just drains your energy and you feel flat and miserable after meeting these types, but for some reason at some subconscious level you keep attracting them to your life, and you know that this is some recurring patterns which you don't know how to break, I really would love to talk to you, and just want to remind you I'm offering you 60 minutes of my time. Let's meet, let's talk. We will figure out where you are making this mistake. Yeah, what kind of things you are doing wrong, or where is we will identify this pattern, and I will tell you, I will give you some one or two tangible steps to break this pattern. I'm sure you will get some value of this call, and if you feel that this is extreme value that you are getting, and if you then want to know how to work with me, I will tell you how to do it, provided you are the right fit. So, this is basically all for today. I wish you a gorgeous Monday and all the week. And as I said, if you catch a replay, then give me hashtag replay. If you have some golden nuggets or some comments, just comment below, because I always read these comments after. And once again, if you want to arrange a meeting with me, just give me hashtag empowerment, or just send me a private message, and I will assist you with pleasure on this journey. So, have an awesome day, have an awesome week, and catch you later. Bye.